I just test drove the Kia EV3, and honestly, I'm questioning every decision I made when I bought my Tesla Model 3. This car costs way less and does things my Tesla couldn't even dream of. Stay with me, because what I found might shock you. Look, I've been driving my Model 3 for 2 years now, paid almost 50 grand for it, defended Tesla in every argument with my friends. But when Kia invited me to check out their new EV3, I thought it'd be a joke. A budget electric car from Kia, competing with Tesla? Come on, except it wasn't a joke. I'm sitting here with some serious questions about whether I made the right choice. Let me walk you through exactly what happened during this test drive and why I'm feeling this way. Here's the thing. When you buy a Tesla, you're buying into this whole ecosystem. You're told it's the best, the most advanced. It's the future of driving. And you believe it because, well, everyone says it. But what happens when a car that costs $15,000 to $20,000 less shows up and starts checking boxes your Tesla does? And that's the problem I'm dealing with right now. The EV3 starts at around $35,000, my Model 3. I've paid $48,000. That's a massive difference. And before you say, yeah, but Tesla is worth it, hold on, because I'm about to break down every single aspect of both cars, and you might be surprised where each one wins. Let's start with the obvious stuff, the interior. Walking up to the EV3, I expected typical Kia. You know, decent but nothing special. But the second I opened the door, I had to do a double take. The materials feel premium, like actually premium. The seats have this really nice fabric that Kia says is made from recycled materials, and honestly, it feels better than the synthetic leather in my Tesla. It's softer. It breathes better, and it doesn't get burning hot in the summer like my Model 3 seats do. The dashboard layout is clean, really clean. There's a dual-screen setup that looks modern without being over the top. And here's something wild, physical buttons. Actual buttons for climate control. You have no idea how much I miss this in my Tesla. Trying to adjust the temperature while driving in a Model 3 means taking your eyes off the road to dig through menus on the touchscreen. In the EV3, you just twist a knob. So simple, but it makes such a huge difference in daily driving. Storage space was another surprise. The center console is huge. I'm talking massive. It easily swallows my backpack, water bottles, charging cables, everything. Compare that to my Model 3 where I'm constantly playing Tetris trying to fit stuff in the tiny storage areas. The door pockets in the EV3 are deeper too. Get this, there is a dedicated spot for your phone with wireless charging that actually holds it in place. My Tesla S wireless chargers are on this slanted surface where my phone slides around every time I turn. Now let's talk about the driving experience because this is where things get interesting. The EV3 has an 81.4 kilowatt-hour battery in the long-range version. It gives you an estimated range of around 375 miles on a full charge. My Model 3 long range? About 358 miles. So right off the bat, this cheaper car is going farther on a charge. How does that make sense? The acceleration isn't as wild as a Model 3 performance, sure, but it's quick enough. 0 to 60 happens in around 7 seconds in the base model. That's not slow by any means. It's actually pretty fun to drive around town. And here's what I noticed. The ride quality is way better. EV3 soaks up bumps and rough roads like it's nothing. My Model 3 feels every single crack in the pavement. I've gotten used to it, but driving the EV3 reminded me that electric cars don't have to ride like skateboards. The steering feel is different too. It's lighter, easier to manage in parking lots and tight spaces. My Tesla's steering is heavier, more sporty, I guess. But sometimes I just want to chill and drive without feeling like I'm in a race car. The EV3 gives you that option. It feels more relaxed, more comfortable for everyday commuting. Charging is where Tesla usually dominates the conversation, right? Supercharger network and all that. Well, the EV3 supports 400-volt and 800-volt charging architecture. That means at the right fast charger, you can go from 10% to 80% in under 30 minutes. That's competitive with Tesla. And with more charging networks opening up to all EVs now, that supercharger advantage isn't as big as it used to be. I can use Electrify America, EVgo, and a bunch of other networks with the EV3. The charging infrastructure argument for Tesla is slowly disappearing. Let us talk about technology features because this is another area where I expected Tesla to destroy the competition. Autopilot versus whatever Kia offers, no contest, right? Wrong. The EV3 has highway driving assist too. I tried it on the highway, and it works really well. It kept the car centered in the lane, maintained distance from the car in front, even handled gentle curves without any drama. Is it as aggressive as Tesla's autopilot? No. Does it do the job for highway cruising? Absolutely. And here's something that honestly bugs me about my Tesla. The EV3 has a heads-up display. Information projects right onto the windshield in your line of sight. Speed, navigation, driver, assist status, all of it right there. I don't have to glance down at the screen. Safer and way more convenient. Tesla doesn't offer this. It's not even as an option. For a company that's supposed to be all about technology and innovation, that seems like a miss. The surround view camera system in the EV3 is incredible. When you're parking, it shows you a top-down view of the car and everything around it. Crystal clear. Makes tight parking spots so much easier. My Model 3 has cameras too, but the interface isn't as intuitive and the image quality isn't as good. These are small things, but they add up in daily use. One huge advantage the EV3 has is Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. I know Tesla fans will say you don't need it because the Tesla interface is great. And sure, the Tesla interface works fine. Sometimes I want to use Waze instead of Tesla's navigation. Sometimes I want to use Spotify to work exactly like it does on my phone. With the EV3, I can plug in my phone and have everything exactly how I want it. With Tesla, I'm stuck with their way of doing things. The sound system in the EV3 is really good too. It's a Harman Kardon setup in the higher trims, and it fills the cabin with clear, balanced sound. My Model 3 has a decent sound system, but I wouldn't say it's anything special. Listening to music in the EV3 was genuinely enjoyable. Space is another factor worth considering. The back seat of the EV3 has more legroom than my Model 3. I had a friend sit back there and he was shocked at how much room he had. In my Tesla, anyone over 6 feet tall is cramped in the back. The EV3 also has a totally flat floor in the rear, which makes it more comfortable for that middle passenger. Little details like this matter when you're actually using the car every day.